Good day, guys. Today I'd like to share with you how I built my fence for my miter gauge. In a few minutes I will show I took some video footage how I built it. So this is just the miter gauge that came with my SawStop, and it's actually a pretty good quality miter gauge. And again, I've used the Baltic birch as a material of choice. The top fence here, it's from Kreg, and also the Kreg swing stop. So it's all adjustable, and you can flip it for a longer piece. The length of the fence, let's measure this here. So it is just a little over 36 inches. Let's see how wide I can cut a piece. So I'm at the end here, so yeah, I could cut a piece up to 34 inches. The top track, it came in the section of 48 inches, and I didn't want to make it too long because I figured it might be in the way. Maybe I'll bump into it and whatnot. And it's pretty rare that I cut pieces wider than or longer than 34 inches. And if I do, I could either use my miter saw over there or my large panel sled. That I kept the track the full length at 48 inches. All right, so this is how I built the fence. So the first thing I've done is I've cut a piece of plywood here, and I cut it actually a little bit longer. It went about here, and what I've done is I made a dado groove right here. I've put the pencil line here, okay, so you can see where my different plywoods are. Otherwise, it's really hard to tell once it's all glued up together. So anyways, this was my first piece of plywood here, and at the back also it was extra long. I've made a cut here afterwards. And then, like I said, I've put a piece of plywood here into the dado groove. And then what I've done is I screwed this Kreg top track to this plywood here, so their screws are going this way. Then I've glued up another piece of plywood, 3/4 inch plywood, and then another 3/4 inch plywood. And then I've put another piece here of 1/2 inch plywood. That one was not necessary, but it just makes it look prettier. So after all these plywoods here, they were sticking out, I just ran that through the table saw to make it nice and flush and square. So the dimensions of this plywood, from top of plywood to the bottom, I have about 2 1/4 inches. I don't know if you can see that. And then here I have about 2 1/8. Okay, later in this video you will see how I attach this miter gauge to the fence. I've used some threaded insert, and then I've put some machine screws, so it's held by 2 machine screws. The fence kisses the blade. Now this will be awesome for repetitive cuts with the swing stop here. But what if I need to make a whole bunch of cuts that are only 1 inch long? So this is where I made this stop block here. Okay, so then if I want to make a whole bunch of cuts that are only 1 inch long, I can do so. Now this here is exactly 2 inches. So let's say I want to make a whole bunch of cuts at 1 inch. All I need to do is set my fence here at 3 inches, -2, it will give me 1 inch. So this piece just fits snug on the fence. I can just take it out, no problem. So nice and easy. Alright guys, so enjoy this video, and if you like it, give me the thumbs up. Thanks for watching.